Hello everyone and welcome back to StrataGames. I'm Matthew and today on Simple Strategy, we have the game Splendor by Marc-Andre. When you start a game of Splendor, you really only have a couple of options available to you. Generally, people take gems for the first couple of turns and then start buying development cards after. But another strategy that can also be very good is to reserve a card early from either the second or third deck. This can give you a goal to build towards, granting you more direction for the duration of the game. If you're looking long term, taking a third tier card allows you to plan your whole game around building that one card. If you want a little more flexibility though, reserving a second tier card gives you a short-term goal, leaving you to decide later what path you want to take to end the game. In the early game, you want to be acquiring development cards whenever you can, as this helps build an engine. Each card that you take reduces the cost that you have to pay for the next card, which further reduces the cost of the next card, creating a snowball effect. The earlier you acquire a development card, the more it pays you back. If you go on to use that card to pay for 10 other cards, it was like you took 10 gems that turn instead of the 3 you're restricted to. This is usually the most effective strategy as it focuses on getting you the most value. Once you have about 3 of each card, the base cost of each additional card is severely reduced, usually only costing you a couple more assorted gems. At this point, you want to focus on getting development cards that can give you remaining nobles and build towards the tier 3 cards so that you can close out the game. This strategy will often pick up only a couple tier 2 cards before immediately focusing on the tier 3 cards. While this strategy is effective, it can also be vulnerable to a faster strategy. If one of your opponents is clearly building this engine and you're getting unlucky and unable to get many tier 1 cards early, then maybe it's best for you to change your strategy to the exact opposite, ending the game as quickly as possible by not purchasing unnecessary development cards. The value strategy takes a long time to get its engine going, so by ending the game quickly, you might catch them before they start snowballing and it becomes impossible to catch up with. To implement this second strategy, identify tier 2 and tier 3 cards, as well as 1 or 2 specific nobles that you're trying to acquire. Then, purchase only development cards that will help you obtain those cards. By neglecting cards you don't want, you can use fewer turns to get to your goal, even if you have to spend a couple extra turns taking gems. This approach will generally take a low number of tier 1 cards, prioritizing those that give you points, before moving on to the tier 2 cards, where you'll continue building from for the rest of the game. Then, you'll usually want to finish out with a couple of tier 3 cards that you've reserved, or otherwise been planning to build for most of the game. And of course, don't forget to acquire your nobles along the way. You've just leveled up. Thanks for watching Simple Strategy. If you think we missed something, make sure to leave it in the comments below. And tune in every Monday for a new Simple Strategy.